try this version a little more zoomed in. Does this work? Is this better? I really hope this focuses. I'm sorry if it doesn't. Hey everyone, it's Jessica. Welcome back. Or welcome to this channel. So, the last month, as I'm sure all of you are aware, we all are experiencing something weird, even if it looks different. It's a different type of weird for each and every one of us. But in general, most of us are experiencing a pretty weird type of living right now. And I've wanted to vlog it, but at the same time, life has been so chaotic and weird that I was having a really hard time capturing anything other than like 5-second video clips of what I was doing that day. So this is my attempt to kind of corral all those random video clips from the last month. We have been distancing ourselves from people since about March 13th, I think. March 13th was the last day I went to work in person. For those of you who don't know me, I am a graduate student at a university, and this semester was my first semester teaching a college English class. So it is a very weird first semester of teaching, obviously. Who is yelling? We're gonna zoom out a little, sorry. You're gonna see more of my steering wheel, but hopefully this is more in focus. So, as I was saying, it's a weird first semester teaching. I'm also wrapping up my master's this semester, so writing my thesis, that's the main thing I need to get done, or work on today. But yeah, I've wanted to vlog, but I've been in crisis mode, basically. So, what I'm calling week 0, which was the week before all of this got really serious, at least in California. Obviously it's been serious in other parts of the world and other parts of the country before that. But it really, I mean, around March 11-ish is when we started to take it seriously in California. I'm talking around in circles, sorry. But the week before that, I was just really stressed in general because of graduate school and because of teaching and all of those things. So I was already having a lot of stress just in general. So since that, I felt like I was finally getting into some sort of routine to deal with all of that. And then this happened, and then I had to adjust my routines all over again. And it was right at the midpoint of our semester because we started around Martin Luther King Day, the week of that. So we got 8 weeks of a regular semester, of a 16-week semester, because we don't count spring break. And then had to adjust. So it was really, really weird. Then what I'm calling week 1, which is that week with March 11th in the middle of it, was the really sudden announcement that we were moving to virtual instruction. I felt like they sort of hinted at it the day before and were like, oh, we're going to have a test run of virtual instruction next week on one day. And then by the next day they decided that, okay, we're going to virtual instruction for real. So that felt very chaotic. Obviously, people were making decisions that they had to make, and those are very difficult decisions, but it was very stressful for me because it felt like everything kept changing and everyone kept changing their minds, even if maybe this is what they already had planned, every day. So that was pretty frustrating, and I don't feel like I really vlogged any of that, so you're not really going to see any of that part of my life. I encourage you to go watch my Plan With Me videos if you like planner videos, because I feel like I talk through all of this even if I'm not showing you. Which of course is the exact opposite of what I tell my writing students. I always tell them to show, not tell. And then here I am just telling you what's going on instead of actually showing you, but this is the best we can do right now. So I had to move my class online. I had to cancel a trip that I was going to go on actually this week in April. I was supposed to leave April 16th or 17th, one of those days. Yeah, the 16th, to go to Savannah, Georgia to present at an academic conference or a teaching conference. So I had to figure that out because they were, canceling, or they were saying you shouldn't go. And I don't think Savannah, Georgia wants me from Orange County, California to be showing up either. So it works out. So yeah, that week 1 was pretty darn stressful. Then week 2, where I feel like I have maybe some clips to show you, I was giving myself space to not work on a schedule because after that March 11th announcement, I spent the next like 4 or 5 days planning. So I spent that whole weekend, and I don't normally work on the weekends. I know some teachers do and some professors do, but because I'm only teaching 1 class and because I'm also still a graduate student, I gave myself permission to not. Sorry, there's somebody walking by right now, and they're running, so I hope they're minding their own business, but you never know. Yeah, I gave myself the next week off, basically, to focus on my graduate studies. I was obviously still checking my email and stuff because my students were all like, ah! Not all of them, but some of them. So, yeah, I gave myself permission to not work on a schedule this week, and I'm looking at my phone because I kind of wrote some notes for this. My boyfriend Nathan, who I live with, was still having to go into the office. He works for a transportation agency, which they were trying to figure out what they were doing. Initially, before the stay-at-home order came into effect, which we have in California, they were alternating days that people were going in, which I think is what a lot of companies were doing, based on what I've heard from other people who I know. But obviously that week, on March 19th, the stay-at-home order was announced by our governor, and so then that next day, Nathan was supposed to go into the office, but then they said, no, don't come in. So then he started staying at home basically effective March 19th, because that was a Thursday, and he was already working from home that day anyway. Does that make sense? And he works up in LA, so I don't know how much people in other states know about our state. I don't know a lot about what's going on in other states unless I look it up, because obviously I follow California news outlets, right? But Los Angeles does, or I think Los Angeles County does have the most cases in California, the last time I checked. Like, way more than any other area. So, obviously we're happy that Nathan doesn't have to go up to LA anymore. For now.
I think it's Star Trek Voyager.
Maybe. I just remember I used that song for Nicholas's Eagle Court of Honor
Oh my god, that's
slideshow because he loved it so much.
That's funny.
And week 3, which I have my planner in front of me too. What was week 3? I've been tracking this all in my planner. So if you're not using your planner right now, at least use it as like a diary is my recommendation, because it's been really helpful for me to figure out what happened when. So that was the week of March 30th. That was my spring break. And I did take the week off from doing any sort of teaching or grading, and I didn't expect my students to turn in anything that week because it was spring break, and I'm still going to honor that. But I did return to like a study schedule. Is this the right week? Hold on. Maybe week 3 is really the week before that? Yeah, the week of March 23rd. Sorry. Chaotic. This was the week of returning to like a work and study schedule because spring break was coming up, and then, I had to, then I gave myself another break. But yeah, we did things like weeding and cleaning up our patio to make it nice. This video is going to be so confusing. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to do a lot of editing. But March 24th, you'll see a clip from there because I was parked here, doing my little car office situation, and then I probably look super gross right now. I don't care. I had to move my car for street sweeping. It is Tuesday, March 24th. I'm now currently parked in the parking lot of like a local scenic view hilltop restaurant that I've never been to because it's expensive, because they closed the gate to the golf course where I parked the last couple weeks when we were dealing with me needing to move my car. Understandably so, because like last week there were a lot of people golfing because it was a beautiful day, right? But they were not practicing the social distancing stuff. So no golf course today. Anyway, I'm gonna film the voiceover for my plan with me right now. I don't know, I'm gonna piece together all these clips into something once this is all over. Maybe while we're doing this, depending on how long we have to do this. Yeah, but I'm sitting here looking at the lovely, are these, I never know how to say that word. Bougainvillea? I butchered that. These things, what are these called? How do you pronounce it? I don't know. This is my view right now. And I'm about to film the voiceover for my plan with me in my lovely FBI surveillance van. Just kidding, I don't work for the FBI. But I look like a creep right now. Situation, and then on March 28th we weeded and cleaned up our patio, which you'll see some cleaning footage of. That was, you know, exciting. And then the next week was spring break, getting back on track. So yeah, that was a little more relaxing. We went on some walks that week, so that was nice. Did some video calls with people like my family. So that was nice.
You don't like my nails?
They're very spiky.
I can't.
And then last week, so the week of April 6th, was obviously the lead up to Easter, and it rained all week last week. So we haven't been on like a walk in almost a week. And I said, oh yeah, we're gonna definitely walk in the rain, but it just never really happened. So we've been doing exercise at home, or at least I have. I can't speak for anybody else, but I did work, but I also like just relaxed, and this guy's looking at me, but I don't really care. You know, we're just in a weird situation right now. So yeah, last week would be the last week pictured in this vlog, and then I'm gonna be posting a kind of weekly routine video starting on April 13th. So I'm not sure exactly when I'm gonna post this, but I just wanted to give some context to some of the video clips that you're seeing. We had a nice Easter. I made some Easter decorations for fun, because why not? Dig into the washi stash. I made like a washi Easter egg banner that I'm really proud of. So yeah, had some Easter candy. We made Easter dinner with what we had. So we happened to have like sweet potatoes and chicken and like whole grain mustard and stuff like that. So it wasn't the same as Easter has always been for me, but I was also kind of anticipating that, because I wasn't going to be able to go visit my family for Easter. And yeah, so looking ahead, it's going to be hard for me to say when I get to visit my family again. They're, you know, 500 miles away, so that's hard. Yeah, it's hard right now. So Nathan and I are just trying to do our best to stay away from everybody, and, you know, except for our roommates. Obviously, we have 2 roommates. So we're just making the best of it. My emotions have been all over the place for this whole month, and I'm sure a lot of people are in the same boat with that. I've had a lot of frustration because things keep changing, and that's just the nature of things right now. There's obviously been a lot of disappointment because I couldn't like go on the trips I was planning. We had a camping trip planned too at the end of March, and they closed state campgrounds here in California, so couldn't do that. And then my master's graduation is postponed, so I don't know when that's going to happen. So just dealing with a lot. We're healthy, we're safe, we don't have to go to work right now in person, so that's really fortunate, and we're still getting paid to do work virtually from home, so we're really fortunate in that regard. because a lot of people don't have that stability right now. So I'm really grateful for that. But that doesn't mean there aren't other things that could be better, you know? So I hope that makes sense. I hope I edit this together in a way that makes sense. Future Jessica, help us out here. But I will let you go, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.